Welcome back to B&B Spoilers. If you thought last week's drama was intense, buckle up, because this week promises to take it up a notch. We have shocking revelations, unexpected alliances, and heart-wrenching betrayals on the horizon. Daphne Rose is making moves that could destroy Carter Walton's relationship, Steffy Forrester is pulling the strings behind the scenes, and Finn is on the brink of uncovering a family secret that could change everything. Meanwhile, Luna Nozawa and Bill Spencer are locked in a never-ending cycle of emotional turmoil. Will they finally break free? Let's break it all down. Daphne's dangerous game, will Carter resist? Daphne Rose is not just another Forrester Creations employee, she's a woman on a mission. From the moment she arrived, her presence has been felt, and it's clear she's not afraid to push boundaries. Her professional role as a perfumer might be what brought her into Carter Walton's orbit, but her personal ambitions are what keep her lingering a little too close for comfort. Hope Logan is beginning to sense something isn't right. At first, she brushed off Daphne's flirtatious nature as harmless workplace banter, but now she's starting to see the bigger picture. Daphne has been strategically inserting herself into Carter's life, using every opportunity to get closer to him, and Hope's instincts are telling her that she should be worried. But how much of a threat is Daphne, really? That depends on Carter. Historically, Carter has been known for making questionable romantic decisions, often acting on impulse rather than thinking things through. He has a pattern of falling into complicated relationships, and Daphne is well aware of it. She's playing the long game, using charm and subtle seduction to test his resolve. Steffy Forrester is convinced that Carter will crack. She told Ridge Forrester on Thursday's episode that Hope and Carter's so-called power couple status is nothing more than an illusion, one that will soon shatter into a million pieces. Steffy sees Daphne as the perfect tool to disrupt their relationship, but is she underestimating Carter's ability to stay faithful? As we head into Friday's episode, Daphne is set to turn up the heat. She will remind Hope, ever so casually, that she and Carter are working closely together on the fragrance line, hinting that Hope might want to give them some space. And Hope, perhaps too trusting for her own good, will do just that. With Hope out of the way, Daphne will seize the moment, turning her charm up to full blast. But will Carter succumb to temptation, or will he finally break the cycle and remain loyal to Hope? Steffy's strategic manipulation, is she playing a bigger game? While Daphne is making her moves in the foreground, Steffy Forrester is the one truly pulling the strings. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she believes she has the perfect plan to take down Hope and Carter's romance. But why? On the surface, it seems like Steffy simply wants to see Hope heartbroken. After all, their rivalry goes back years. But what if there's more to it? Could Steffy have another reason for wanting Carter to be free from Hope's grasp? Perhaps she sees him as a key player in the Forrester family's future, and she believes he's better suited for someone else. Or maybe she's just enjoying the chaos. Whatever the case, Steffy is confident that Carter won't be able to resist Daphne's charms. After all, history tends to repeat itself, and Carter has a history of falling for the wrong person at the wrong time. The only question is, how far is Steffy willing to go to ensure her plan succeeds? Luna and Bill, stuck in a loop or heading for a breakthrough? Elsewhere in Los Angeles, Luna Nozawa and Bill Spencer are deep in conversation yet again, discussing their respective pasts, their regrets, and their struggles. But while these heart-to-hearts are meant to be therapeutic, they seem to be leading nowhere. They keep circling the same topics, never quite reaching a conclusion, and the frustration is beginning to mount. Luna is on a personal redemption journey, trying to prove to herself and those around her that she's more than the mistakes of her past. Bill, on the other hand, is wrestling with demons he's never fully confronted. As their conversations continue, It becomes clear that they are more alike than they originally thought. Both of them are searching for closure but don't know how to find it. Is there a real friendship forming here, or is this dynamic more harmful than helpful? While Bill might seem like a mentor figure to Luna, there's also the risk that they are enabling each other's inability to move forward. If they don't start making real progress soon, they could end up dragging each other down instead of lifting each other up. Finn's doubts: is the truth about Luna's father finally coming out? One of the biggest bombshells of the week came when Poppy Nozawa told John Finn Finnegan that he is not Luna's biological father. The revelation was meant to put an end to any speculation, but instead, it has only raised more questions. Finn, ever the rational thinker, isn't so quick to believe Poppy. He knows that she has a history of keeping secrets, and this could very well be another one. After all, why would she wait until now to reveal such a major truth? Something isn't adding up. As Finn wrestles with his doubts, the possibility of a paternity test looms large. If he goes through with it, the results could either confirm Poppy's story or completely dismantle it. And if she's lying, what reason could she possibly have? What is she trying to hide? This storyline is far from over, and all signs point to Finn taking action. The truth is coming, one way or another. Next, we unravel the explosive drama surrounding Steffy's risky plan and what it could mean for Forrester Creations. Will her bold move restore her family's legacy, or will it backfire catastrophically? Let's dive in. The missed legal opportunity: why didn't the Forresters fight smarter? In the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful, power struggles over Forrester Creations are nothing new. But what sets this battle apart is the Forresters' surprising failure to use the most obvious tool at their disposal: the law. If they had reacted with the same ruthless precision they often employ in business, they would have immediately sought out the best legal minds in Los Angeles. Instead, they relied solely on Justin's assessment, an assessment that effectively told them they were out of options. But were they really? Forrester Creations is a billion-dollar empire, and corporate contracts, no matter how ironclad they seem, are often full of technicalities waiting to be exploited. Why didn't Steffy and Ridge push harder to find a legal loophole? Perhaps a technical error in the filing process, an overlooked clause, or even the possibility of arguing coercion in Carter's acquisition of the company? There are so many ways they could have fought this legally, yet they chose not to. Instead, they turned to deception and seduction, a gamble that could cost them everything. This raises another question: if Steffy was willing to be manipulative, why not manipulate the legal system instead? It would have been far less risky than what she's about to attempt. But, as we know, in the world of B&B, logic isn't always the driving force, drama is. And Steffy's plan is nothing if not dramatic. Steffy's dangerous game: is she playing chess or gambling with fate? Steffy Forrester is a woman who exudes confidence. When she sets her sights on a goal, she pursues it relentlessly, believing in her ability to outmaneuver her opponents. But confidence alone doesn't guarantee success, especially when the strategy is riddled with potential pitfalls. Her latest plan is as audacious as it is reckless. Rather than fighting through traditional means, she has enlisted the help of Daphne Rose, a woman renowned for her charm and allure. In theory, Daphne will seduce Carter, enticing him away from hope and, in the process, persuading him to relinquish control of Forrester Creations. But does Steffy truly understand what she's setting in motion? What happens if Daphne succeeds too well? If Carter falls for her, he may become even more determined to keep the company, not for hope's sake, but for his own. In the best-case scenario for Steffy, Carter is momentarily distracted, and she can swoop in to reclaim Forrester Creations. But in the worst-case scenario, Carter and Daphne could form a new power duo, one that leaves Steffy, Ridge, and the rest of the Foresters locked out of their own empire permanently. And what of Hope? If she senses the growing threat between Daphne and Carter, she may react unpredictably. Love and business are already a volatile mix, but add jealousy and betrayal into the equation, and things could spiral out of control fast. Daphne Rose, the wild card that could change everything. If there's one character who could upend the entire game, it's Daphne Rose. Steffy sees her as an asset, a pawn to be used for seduction and manipulation. But is she really? Daphne is no ordinary woman. She's legendary for her charm, a socialite with connections across Europe and a presence so commanding that people naturally gravitate toward her. If anyone can make Carter rethink his alliances, it's her. But does Steffy truly trust Daphne? There's always a risk when enlisting someone as unpredictable as Daphne Rose. Her charm is her greatest weapon, but it also makes her unpredictable. What if she has her own agenda? What if, instead of swaying Carter towards Steffy's cause, she decides to secure power for herself? If she seduces Carter, she could just as easily persuade him that they should keep Forrester Creations, locking out both Hope and Steffy. This isn't just a game of romance, it's a battle for control. And when you play with fire, you're bound to get burned. A love triangle or a business war? Carter, Hope, and the future of Forrester Creations. The relationship between Carter and Hope has always been complicated, but now, with the future of Forrester Creations hanging in the balance, their dynamic is more fragile than ever. If Carter realizes he's being played, he might react in an unexpected way. Instead of caving to Daphne's advances, he might become even more determined to prove that he's earned his place at Forrester Creations. He might double down on his commitment to the company, making it even harder for the Forresters to reclaim it. Hope, on the other hand, could see this entire situation as yet another example of Steffy's interference in her life. Over the years, the rivalry between these two women has gone beyond personal conflicts. It's turned into a battle of legacy, power, and influence. If Hope perceives this seduction scheme as an attack, she might retaliate. And when Hope fights back, she doesn't hold back. Could this lead to a dramatic courtroom showdown? A public scandal that shakes the fashion industry? Or, perhaps, an unexpected alliance between Hope and an even more powerful player? There are too many variables for Steffy to control, and that's exactly what makes this plan so dangerous. What comes next? The fallout could be worse than anyone expected. Steffy believes she's making a calculated move, but what she may not realize is that she's lighting a match near a powder keg. If this plan doesn't work out perfectly, it could explode in her face. If Daphne turns on her, if Carter refuses to give up the company, if Hope fights back harder than expected, Steffy could find herself losing not just Forrester Creations, but her credibility as a leader. And let's not forget the emotional toll. This is more than just a business war, it's a tangled web of love, loyalty, and betrayal. If Steffy loses this battle, she might not just lose her family's company, she might lose the trust of Ridge, Eric, and everyone who believed in her vision. So, is this a brilliant masterstroke or a catastrophic miscalculation? The fate of Forrester Creations hangs in the balance, and the only certainty is that the drama is just getting started. Next, we uncover Steffy Forrester's most daring plan yet, a scheme so risky that it could either destroy Hope Logan's happiness or completely backfire. Will Steffy's calculated game finally give the Forresters back their power, or is she about to set herself up for disaster? Let's break it all down. The final move, will Steffy celebrate victory or suffer defeat? Steffy Forrester is no stranger to manipulation, and this time, she's betting everything on a high-stakes game of deception. Her latest scheme involves Daphne Rose, a woman who possesses an irresistible charm and a reputation for seduction. Steffy believes she has engineered the perfect scenario, one that will not only shatter Hope Logan's relationship with Carter Walton, but also serve as the ultimate revenge. If everything goes according to plan, Steffy will finally have the last laugh. The Forresters will regain control of their empire, Hope will be left heartbroken, and Carter will be exposed for his supposed disloyalty. But there's a problem: plans this intricate rarely go off without a hitch. The unpredictability of emotions, betrayals, and unintended consequences could cause everything to spiral out of control in ways Steffy never imagined. The question is, has Steffy truly covered all her bases, or is she setting herself up for a fall? Hope Logan's unexpected shock, a setup too perfect to ignore. Hope Logan has faced her fair share of heartbreak, but nothing could prepare her for what's coming. Steffy, ever the master manipulator, is setting the stage for Hope to witness something that will rock her world. Imagine Hope entering Forrester Creations, expecting a routine business meeting, only to find Carter and Daphne locked in a heated moment. It won't be an accident. Steffy will have orchestrated every detail, ensuring that Hope walks in at precisely the right moment to see Carter in a compromising position. Perhaps Daphne will be conveniently adjusting her dress, Carter will be standing too close, and the air will be thick with tension. But will Hope believe what her eyes are telling her? Will she immediately assume the worst, or will she confront Carter and demand an explanation? Either way, Steffy is banking on Hope's emotional reaction being strong enough to drive a wedge between her and Carter permanently. But there's one thing Steffy may not have considered: what if Hope isn't as easily fooled as she thinks? The seduction strategy: is Carter really that easily swayed? Daphne Rose is confident in her ability to turn Carter Walton's head. She's used to having men wrapped around her finger, and she believes this will be no different. From the moment she set her sights on Carter, she turned up the charm, testing his loyalty to Hope while laying the groundwork for Steffy's plan. But Carter isn't just another pawn in this game. He has always prided himself on being an honorable man, someone who values commitment and loyalty. While he might be flattered by Daphne's advances, would he truly betray Hope so easily? Or could he see through Steffy's scheme before it's too late? There's also the possibility that Carter's feelings for Hope are stronger than Steffy realizes. If he senses that he's being manipulated, it could drive him even closer to Hope, turning the entire plan upside down. On the other hand, if Steffy's right, and Daphne is able to create just enough doubt in Carter's mind, the relationship could start to crumble on its own, without Daphne needing to do much at all. Either way, this isn't just about seduction, it's a psychological game, and Carter is at the center of it. Daphne Rose, the ultimate wild card in Steffy's game. Steffy has placed an enormous amount of trust in Daphne Rose, but is that a mistake? While Daphne has agreed to play her part, it's worth asking, what's in it for her? Daphne isn't someone who plays second fiddle. If she successfully lures Carter away, what's stopping her from seizing more power? She might enjoy the thrill of seduction, but if she sees an opportunity to align herself with Carter in a way that benefits her long term, there's no reason she wouldn't take it. Could Daphne have an agenda of her own? Could she ultimately double-cross Steffy by genuinely falling for Carter, leading to an outcome no one expected? If that happens, Steffy could find herself in an even worse position than when she started. Not only would Hope and Carter's relationship be over, but Daphne and Carter could form their own powerful alliance, one that leaves both Steffy and Hope on the outside looking in. Steffy thinks she's controlling the game, but is Daphne the real mastermind? The endgame: is revenge worth the risk? At the core of Steffy's plan is one undeniable truth: this isn't just about business. While regaining control of Forrester Creations is certainly the ultimate goal, there's something else motivating her: Payback. Steffy and Hope have been rivals for years, their conflicts extending far beyond corporate struggles. This is personal. The idea of Hope suffering, of watching her dreams shatter, is just as appealing to Steffy as reclaiming her family's legacy. But the problem with revenge is that it often blinds people to the risks involved. If this plan backfires, Steffy could end up worse off than before. Hope and Carter might emerge stronger than ever, Daphne could go rogue, and the Forresters could still be left powerless. In the worst-case scenario, Steffy could alienate her own family, causing irreparable damage to her own standing within Forrester Creations. Is she truly prepared for the fallout? Or is she so focused on taking down Hope that she's ignoring the dangers ahead? Final predictions: who will come out on top? As The Bold and the Beautiful unfolds, it's clear that Steffy's latest plan is a gamble, one that could either restore her family's power or leave her facing unexpected consequences. Will Hope fall right into Steffy's trap? Will Carter prove his loyalty, or will he be tempted by Daphne's seduction? And most importantly, will Daphne stick to the plan, or does she have her own endgame in mind? One thing's for sure, this is just the beginning of an explosive drama that could change everything. What do you think, BNB fans? Is Steffy making a brilliant move, or is she about to suffer a major downfall? Drop your predictions in the comments and stay tuned for more spoilers.